The Cold War was a time of terror. At any moment, the Soviet Union and the United States could go into nuclear warfare, destroying everything and everyone on the planet. One of the most tense situations of the war came during the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis. The US missiles in Turkey and Italy could strike the Soviet Union. This caused the Soviets to place missiles in striking distance of the US. The place of choice? Cuba. When the Americans discovered the Soviet missile bases on Cuba, President John F. Kennedy decided to stop any more Soviet support, issuing a quarantine around the country. On October 27th, the aircraft carrier USS Randolph, along with 11 United States Navy destroyers, located a nuclear-armed Foxtrot-class submarine named B-59. The US vessels began dropping non-lethal depth charges, not intended to cause serious damage, since there was no other way to communicate with the submarine. The Americans merely wanted the submarine to surface for identification. Since the Soviets didn't have any radio signal since they were too far underwater, they didn't know whether war had broken out or not. In the sweltering hot submarine with temperatures over 120 degrees Fahrenheit, Captain Valentin Savinsky and political officer Ivan Maslenikov wanted to launch a T-5 nuclear torpedo, with the tense Captain Savinsky stating, "We're going to blast them now. We will die, but we will sink them all." When people believe they or everyone else are already dead, they have nothing to lose and hit the red button. The 10-kiloton nuclear torpedo had a destructive power equal to the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima, and they already had permission from Moscow to use it if necessary. Fortunately, unlike other submarines that only required the captain and a political officer to authorize a nuclear launch, all three officers on board the B-59 were required to authorize the launch. Executive Officer Vasili Arkhipov alone opposed the launch, keeping a cool and logical demeanor. Arkhipov tried to calm and reason with the captain, trying to explain to him that the depth charges were not lethal. Arkhipov eventually persuaded the captain to surface the submarine. After discussions with the US destroyer USS Corey, the B-59 was ordered back to the Soviet Union by the Russian fleet. In 2017, Vasili Arkhipov received the first Future of Life award posthumously in recognition of his actions on board the B-59. Had that nuclear torpedo been launched, the world may have been plunged into a nuclear World War III, and maybe humanity would have ended once and for all if it wasn't for one hero, Vasili Arkhipov.